Hey guys, Chad back with another YouTube video, and as promised, we are going to rip open the 1991 Score hockey cards. This is Series 2, and this is the English version. I have 8 boxes of these, believe it or not, and I haven't opened this kind of pack in a long time, but these do have the exclusive Bobby Orr cards inside them, so I'm not going to waste a lot of time on it. I've got 2 here. I don't know how long it's going to take me to rip. And Norm's going to tell me how much time we're doing, so I'm going to just start ripping and see if we can maybe do 2 boxes. If not, if it's getting too long, we'll just do 1 box, okay? And we'll save the rips for a later time. So anyway, I got a really good deal on these, and really, I'm not going to spend a lot of time even going through the cards individually, because we really only are looking for really the Bobby Orr cards. But I mean, plus all the cards we've pretty much have seen, they're pretty much the same in each of the sets. So again, not going to spend a lot of time on them. We'll just see how quick I can rip, and I will make some commentation as we go along. But let's just see how we do here. I mean, these were a great design. I do remember these very vividly, and I didn't open a lot of boxes even back in the day. I did more team sets at that time. I collected a lot of the Boston teams. Of course, I was a big Bruins fan, and I just collected the Bruins. So it was almost easier for me just to go into my local card shop and say, hey, you got a set of Bruins team set, and I could pretty much just walk out paying a couple bucks, and I didn't have to go through the ripping. But I guess we're going to make up for it now, because it definitely is a blast to go through these and open. And there definitely is some good players in here too. A lot of times you will see that the packs almost repeat themselves, and again, very typical, just like in baseball, it was very repetitive at the time. They almost had a pattern to the cards. Rob Brindamore, and there's a Jaromir Jagr. So they are a little bit tough to yank still. I just imagine being restored. These were actually a really good dealer back in Massachusetts named Matt. There's a Mark Messier. Had these, and when I went to one of the card shows down near Fort Lauderdale, I had a guy that used to have tons of these boxes, and he was blowing them out, and found out, unfortunately, he sold a lot of these at the Nationals this past year, Ed Balfour, and he didn't have any more boxes to break. And when I got the idea of, searching for the Bobby Orr cards, I was kind of disappointed. So I went out looking around, and of course, as we all know, buying stuff off eBay, it just, you're paying for the shipping mostly. And it really stinks because, basically you could really get these for like $3 or $4 a piece. And just like, certain junk wax baseball, it's the same thing. I mean, there's not a lot of value to the set. And a lot of these are just very repetitive in the packs, so. But I've seen the Bobby Orr cards. live and in person. I don't think I've ever owned one, which is kind of interesting, being a Boston fan, that I didn't get it, but they were very hot when they first came out. They're still pretty popular, but you know, you can probably, there's a nice Ray Bork and a nice Mary Lemieux. You basically can probably buy them in the $3 to $6 range a piece, and there are the autograph cards are really the more sought after ones, and are the more expensive ones. Every time I see the white border, I kind of think it's the Bobby card, but according to the box, the Bobby Orr cards are black border, and just randomly inserted. I mean, so I guess we'll know it when we come across it. Nice Gretzky card there. Probably, since I have so many boxes, I'll put together some sets and make them available on eBay if anybody's interested, of course. You can get in touch with me. There will be a link in the video description. I don't actually have an eBay store. I just have a username, which is MOZ1963. That's Moz1963. And of course I sell DVDs, autographs, baseball cards. I have a lot of factory set baseball cards on there. And whatever I don't sell of these, I will make available, you know, on there, and probably bring some of these to the flea markets this summer and sell as well. They're not a real hard set of cards to put together. It's a nice Lindros card. So we're about halfway through the first box. And nothing. And I'm trying to remember, I don't remember off the top of my head the odds, but I could have sworn it was like every 2 or 3 boxes you could get the Bobby Orr cards. And again, they're just a random insert set. They made them a little bit hard to come across, and again, I'm really surprised, but as many of boxes that were out there, I guess that's why you can actually get them for like $3 to $6 a piece. And from my understanding, there is not only the English edition, the bilingual edition. I think there is another edition too, because I'm seeing like 3 or 4 different kinds of boxes available on eBay. So I'm gonna have to do a little more research and well, excuse me. Cameraman's got a cold, so that's not good.
Sorry.
Take a cough drop, Norm. Anyway, Brendan Shanahan, Mark Messier. Again, it's these are full of Hall of Famers and stars. Again, they're not the easiest packs to rip. I really got to be honest. They're really not. But with these blue borders, and this is again Series 2 of the American. I think Series 1 was a different color border, if I'm not mistaken. If any of you guys know, you certainly can pop it in the description there. And a lot of these packs are just very, very repetitive. And again, I'm sure at the time they did it, you know, they produced these the way they did all the old school ones, and most of the guys followed the other guys, just like in baseball and basketball. You know, if you see a certain player, oh, that's a key to getting so-and-so. You're afraid you're gonna wreck the cards by ripping through, but again, nothing really great. There's really no other chase cards in this set. Just seeing some good, solid stars and Hall of Famers, as I said. But no Bobby card. Now, I really thought from the last video we did, I just bought random packs from the dealer that I knew. There's another Messier card. And yet another Messier card. I thought by buying the packs like that, maybe the chance that somebody already pulled the Bobby card out of that box and a half is possible, but who knows? You just take a chance on that when you buy individual packs. But anyway, we're down to 3 packs left in this first box. And we are not seeing any Bobby cards. How are we doing on time, Mike?
12.5 minutes.
Well, since we're not really commenting much on things, let's just keep going. Let's just knock out another one. Again, I've got at least 10 boxes of these. They're not all the same. I know I have a couple different series, so. These are all series 2 that we'll start off with. And again, the trigger in these packs is you're going to see a black border. I have a mound of wrappers, which is probably should have got out the trash can before I started this, but anyway, it is what it is. And I'm just wondering, when we're finished ripping in a matter of several videos, all these boxes, just how many Bobby Orr cards I'll end up getting. If I get an autograph, it would be like so worth it, but if I do not and just get a card or two, I'm probably just better off going out and buying the individual Bobby Orr cards and finishing this set. There's a nice Adam Oates and a Mike Modano. As we said in the previous video, there's a lot of memories here for me personally. I mean, I was very, very much following hockey at this time. I still follow it, but not as a regular as I did back then. And I would go, of course, I was living in Massachusetts at the time and would go to a lot of games. Don't really do that anymore. Go to minor league games every now and then. I have a friend that lives in Binghamton, New York. I've gone to a couple games. The Binghamton Devils is their farm team for the New Jersey Devils, and before that there was actually the Ottawa Senators farm team, and I had gone to some games there with him, and but I haven't been to a Bruins game in a long time. Even when I was living in Maryland, I would go down to the Cap Center and catch a Bruins and Capitals game every now and then. Just so curious if when these cards do show up, I'm sure you'll really can just see the black border on them, pretty much like any major insert card. Probably not so much the back of the card, probably like, I mean, if you just feather like that, you would see the back, but the front, because they're blue, I'm sure you can see the black protruding. Just like on the box. You can see the black border on the box, so it's kind of what we're looking for. Zooming right through. And by the way, there are, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. It's 9 per stack, so times 4. That's 36 packs per box, 15 cards per pack. And I believe all versions are the same, whether it be the bilingual, Canadian, English version, whatever. I don't think there is a huge differential. One set may have more cards than the other. I'm not 100%, but this pack just put us at the halfway point. So we've done a box and a half. In how many minutes, Nora?
Almost 18.
Okay, so we're gonna try to make it as short and sweet as possible. Again, I know some of you guys want me to go through the players, but I kind of did that the first time I ripped, and there's always somebody worth mentioning or something every now and then, but I told you a lot of stories back then too, so we will just keep rolling. And, you know, pretty much the Brett Hull and Mark Messier, and I think the other series had the Gretzky in it. Eric Lindros. And ooh, there's another one of those expansion cards. That's Tampa Bay and the Ottawa Senators. So thought that was a cool card. I think again the set is basically 440 cards, and maybe with the Series 2 it's a little bit bigger. I'm not 100% sure, but again, if any of you are interested, let me know. And yeah, the nice thing, this is back before we had all the parallels and all the crazy insert cards that we have in today. So this is a nice flashback. And I think I'm going to have a competition with John Jabs from The Past is Alive and his 1990 Top Search. I know I could probably find more Bobby Orr cards than he can Frank Thomas no name on the front, and or even the regular Frank Thomas card, for that matter. We're also teasing about Buck Showalter printing plate cards, because those are like hen's teeth. You can't seem to find them either. So a little disappointing over a box and a half. So maybe those packs I had last time weren't a lie. Maybe I'll do a little more homework, and the next video we will tell you exactly how many. I'll give you some more stats. I kind of did this spur of the moment, so I don't remember all the numbers, but it's very interesting to see some of these names coming back, because I remember many of these guys vividly, even the lower end players. But I am really surprised we haven't pulled a Bobby. Never mind autograph, just a base card would be lovely, but they really, really must be hard to find. There's also saying something about an exclusive Bobby Orr offer. I'm going to have to read all these. Doesn't look good. We got down to our final two packs. And there is nothing. So guys, I'm going through this. I would just say like, subscribe if you like what you see for the content, and we will continue to do this later. I'm trying to make it as quick as I can. So we'll see you next time when we do some more of these. So you have a great day, and God bless.